If I can talk a bit about the parent who's taking home a baby who everybody says is at risk, there's a lot more that we know about how babies recover. And we know that in the first 4 years of life, there's an exuberant neuroplasticity, which means the brain is growing and it's developing, and there's a whole lot more hope. So at risk is a term that makes me say that you just have to pay more attention. And if they start developing abnormal movement patterns or things that you're worried about, this is the time to sort of really jump on it and talk to your doctor, see a therapist, figure out what you need to do to inhibit those bad habits. But know with perfect certainty that the brain is in the process. If the child is loved, if the child is cared for, if the child is stimulated, their brain's going to keep getting better. And we know that with every child, between the ages of 4 and 6, we have a whole new motor system that comes online called the cerebellum. It takes care of rapid alternating movements, coordination of movements, and for every child who's got a problem with their hand that might be tight and stuck in a fist, you can say with a lot of confidence that 80 or 90% of them, at least, are going to improve. The hand's going to open sometime between 4 and 6. Now that doesn't mean you don't have to use splints or braces or other things that may be prescribed, but it does mean that the brain is always changing. If I had advice for new parents, I would tell them to relax and love their baby. I think you have to listen to your instincts when you've got a new baby. If your baby's crying, you should pick your baby up. If your baby needs something, your job in the beginning is to provide all of those things. Now, babies are remarkably resilient. They learn from what they're exposed to. And if you're warm and loving and caring to your child's going to be just fine. They're going to do well. Now, I think in those first years, we develop parenting habits. And some of those parenting habits perpetuate things. I get into this discussion all the time with doctors that I call the defenders of the past. What possible problem is there if you give people hope? What's wrong with it? Okay, so I tell parents, assume your child's going to get over this hump in the rope. If it really becomes bad, talk to your doctor, get some help. But don't classify and give up on a growing and developing brain. It's got years to go.